Well, I say every day it's a getting closer to taking a bath with my fucking toaster.
Greetings, salutations, and welcome to the 82nd episode of Screaming Into the Void. My name is Samuel the Infamous, and with me are my co-panelists and co-hosts, Devil Made Me Do It.
Howdy.
And green-haired anti-liberal.
Hello. We're real talkative today.
Right.
Yeah. Sorry we were late, guys. Me and Gal showed up in the same outfit, and I didn't want to deal with that embarrassment, so I had to go change. So
he really did, because I wasn't gonna.
Yeah.
Like clashing like that, man. That's just
yeah.
You know, it's not the height of haute couture.
I like to clash. I don't like to be standard.
Yeah. So welcome to the show, everybody. I know we're running a little bit behind, and by a little bit, I mean later than usual. Couldn't be helped. You know, I have a driving pain behind my left eye. And I was kind of dealing with that a little bit.
And no, it wasn't Devil.
No, I was not being skull fucked. I think we're 2 minutes in. I can say that. Yeah.
Yes, sure. Yeah, it was right on the money. Unintended.
So, yeah. Let's say hello to the chat. We got Shadow Hawk first. Suck it, Larry. That's a whole thing. So Larry started this thing. If you guys didn't know, Larry, way back when it was just us over on, we were just a couple of piddly little mods over on my friend Amir's channel. Way back, we got to be this thing with a couple of guys in the chat. You know, like first this, first that, and I'm sure you've seen this in other chats too. And it's like a badge of honor. But Larry takes it personally. And chat knows he takes it personally, so they go out of their way to screw with him about it.
And there's even people that do it on like regular videos that aren't live. So maybe I'll start doing that on your shorts when you post them.
Yeah, he doesn't. For the record, he doesn't actually take it personally, but he sure as shit puts on a good show. Kohai Mask is with us. Good to see you. Stopping in real quick. Hope everyone is having a great weekend so far. Well, thank you for being here for a limited amount of time. Kohai is, as you guys know, my resident memer, and I think actually the first of my mods. No, has a ridiculously extensive knowledge of this channel and things that were said and where they were said and when. It's kind of scary.
I wish I had something like that.
She keeps a logbook.
Yeah, well, we occasionally do quizzes on Abyssal Musings, right?
Mm-hmm.
And so Larry found this site that allows you to basically generate your own quiz. You know, you type in the questions and the answers and all that stuff. It's all multiple choice. And Kohai did one for us. And there was so much obscure lore from this channel on there that I lost. I was like, I don't remember saying that.
Good job, Kohai.
Yeah.
I love when the trivia god loses.
Especially when it's trivia about me. It was weird. We got Zillage with us. Hey, Sam, panel and chat. I'm here, but making dinner, so
away from keyboard.
AFK? Yeah. Sorry, I every time I see AF, I think as fuck.
Oh, every time you see AF, yes. Yeah. Like based AF Mondays.
Mm-hmm. Right.
You said as fuck. I thought you said ass fuck. I was all, huh?
I thought it was like as.
It's a small step from one to the other. So, hey, Beak, good to see you. We have Celine in chat.
Hello.
Zilla says, I got news for you. Yeah.
We all knew that, though.
I'm sure you do. I think I might. Do I still have that? I don't remember. It's possible.
That
Find
clip.
out. Yeah. Okay. Yep.
I am not gay. I have relationships with women, sex with men.
And I got news for you. That means you're gay.
Does that work the other
That's-
way? I have relationships with men, but sex with women. Are you gay? Is you really? You're not
I mean,
fucking men.
yeah, it's
You do
okay.
have relationships.
Yeah. Those women are called beards, devil.
Yeah.
So,
Well, not if you're having
Uh,
sex with them. Like the clip ones or the beards, the ones that you have relationships with.
they're beards for your soul.
Well, because technically, I mean, like you're hanging out with your friends and shit. You spend all that time with them. You fucking go to places with them, but you're banging women. That's most dudes. So that's still
That's just
gay.
life.
Yeah, like me and Sam snuggle up on the couch and watch movies together. You know, share popcorn. You know, but we've never had
It's not gay
sex.
when we
So
do
I
it.
mean, are we gay?
It's a little gay.
I was like, as long as we're not shopping for like matching curtains or scented candles, I think we're all right.
Okay.
Just FYI, I won't be doing that with anyone either.
Cancel the candle shopping. Got it.
Do you ever? There was a web comic years ago, and I forget what it was called, but there was this dude who was talking about. You guys are familiar with the concept of gay chicken?
Yep. I don't know why I said it so confidently.
No. What's gay chicken?
It's like the game of
Sounds
chicken where you
Yeah,
basically try to
first one to
out-
steer
not-
off.
or-
Yes.
yeah, or to blink or to whatever it happens to be. Yeah. Well, in gay chicken, you basically do increasingly risque things with the dude, and the first one to get creeped out loses.
Oh,
So, like,
Jesus.
going in to kiss each other or touching each other's junk and shit.
Most of the time, just like gently rubbing the other dude's knee will do it. But
Right.
you
Well,
know,
if you weren't in the military,
In
we were
that case,
adjacent.
I'm a big fucking chicken. I ain't doing any of that. Dude's all, come on, dude. That's just like, we'll all have our penises go closer together till one of us blinks. I'll be like, I blink. Fuck that. I'm out.
just thinking about it. I blink.
Yeah.
I blink.
Yeah.
yeah. So there was this webcomic, and in it there were two Spartans. There was Leonidas from 300 and Kratos from God of War, and they're screaming at each other in this like Bed Bath and Beyond. And these two dudes are standing in the background, and it's like, why are the two big Spartan men fighting? And the other dude goes, never play gay chicken. The only way to win is not to play. And remember, Spartans play for keeps. And then it shows them arguing over like blueberry scented fucking votive candles at the top of their lungs, as manly as possible.
Oh, jeez. Stuff
Yeah.
I
Are
learned
you
from
able
you
to pull up
guys.
Rumble? Sam,
What's up?
are you able to pull up Rumble now, or is that like
No,
studio
unfortunately
thing?
not. That's it. Yeah, it's still not 100% compatible with StreamYard, so they're still working on that.
So why was Dermy able to last night? I'm confused.
I don't. Did he like pull it up on a different screen or whatever?
Yeah, he was able to bring him up. He was all excited about it last night that he was able to bring up
I
Rance.
wonder if it has to do with. Yeah, he said he'd been playing around with the Rumble Studio. I have not, so I don't know if it has
And
something to do with that.
TFA was too this morning.
Okay.
Full Aussie. But I don't know.
Yeah, that must be a Rumble Studio thing. I haven't even looked into that.
Yeah.
So that might be what it is, but I'm not even sure how to access it at this point. Like, I'm still navigating my way around what we've already got here. So I will say hello to Winky Wanky Woo in the Rumble chat. Thanks for being here.
And also fuck the Leafs as well. He thought I was wearing a fucking Pens jersey shirt thing. This is Bruins, everybody. Bruins. I'm talking
Hey.
hockey. This is Bruins.
You know what? Avs are nothing. Fuck all y'all.
Did I say anything about the Avs?
No, I'm just saying. As far as hockey goes, Avs are nothing.
So I don't mind the Avs as long as the Bruins aren't in town. That's how I feel
No,
about
there's
the Blackhawks as well.
There's a couple other teams I like. I like the Jersey Devils. I like the Ducks. You know,
That's why you don't
Sharks.
like the Avs, because the Devils.
No, I love the Avs.
Oh.
I just
How can you
yeah.
love the Devils and the Avs? They're rivals.
no.
Yes.
Well, that might be a new thing. I haven't watched hockey in a while, but
It's
it
like a
used to be the Avs were rivals with the Red Wings.
Oh shit.
I've a rival.
That's what I meant, and I thought that's what you said because I'm retarded. I apologize.
No, fuck the Red Wings.
Yes.
Fuck them right in their stupid red ears.
I think it was the colors that were throwing me off. Like I do that sometimes.
Yeah.
So
No,
like
I
the
like-
Leafs
I-
and the Lightning all mix up sometimes.
I like the Devils because Claude Lemieux was on the Devils, and
Oh,
that
yeah.
guy was the most badass enforcer in the history of the game.
He's a good dude. He's a good one.
Yeah. So now that we're
Skirmy. Hey, what's up
talking
in
sports.
Rumble? Sorry.
What's up,
Hi, it's
Skirm?
Skirmitar
Shiny. Yeah.
and Cliff Anderson. Good to see you guys.
Yeah, Cliff.
Nice. See?
He gave me 2 snacks.
So
Yay. He gives me
Yeah,
crayons
hi.
for snacks.
yeah,
Hey, Clue.
because you eat them. Hi,
Because
Cliff.
what? Because what?
Because you eat them. Because you
Oh.
eat them.
I thought you were.
I said it like 3 times. So was that not clear?
Mm-mm, no,
She's going to
just-
write a cookbook on crayons.
I misheard what you said.
We got Real Wade in the chat with us. Good to see you, buddy. Oh, I'm pretty sure I
Oh.
saw.
It's too
Did
far.
I?
from it.
Nope, I did not. That's fine. It is what it is. Anyhow, so we were going to get into some secret society stuff, like a la the Skull and Bones today. Larry said he was going to skip this one because he doesn't want to be shuffled off his
Clinton's.
mortal coil in his sleep. You know, but some other stuff came up today, or came up this week. Davos happened.
Fucking Davos. Fucking
Yeah.
Klaus Schwab.
That's right. It's that time of year, folks.
I can't believe it's been a year since the last cringe thing that they did with that song. And then they replace it with the Native American weird.
Spitting
Ritual
on him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But
I
we'll
don't
get
know.
into that, I'm sure.
There's so much going on with that, but they did bring back some weird shit. But yeah, this motherfucker right here, that guy.
Evil fucking bastard.
Yeah. So I did see that somebody put out a comic book cover of Malay as General ANCAP kicking the shit out of the World Economic Forum. Pretty
That's
fucking
crazy.
funny. So, but yeah, so there's been a fair amount of stuff coming out about the Davos as always. There's been some parody stuff too that we're probably going to show that's really fucking funny and on point. But yeah. All right, Skirmitar, thanks for being here. Have a great sleep. Don't plan on eating the bugs. You're a lot closer to that than I am. So
night, bud.
yeah. So it's but speaking of like weird shit, let's see if where did I put that clip?
Sorry, you saying
There's-
that just reminds me of is it your clip that was Dermy's shot thing? Weird shit.
The one I made for you?
No, the one where it's like Joe Dirt or something.
Oh yeah, that's me getting my shit on my head.
Yeah.
I was just trying to buy time while you're trying to find whatever you're trying to find, Sam.
Oh yeah. No worries. Christ, I had it. Anyway, I might have to describe it to you because it appears as I misplaced this specific clip, but there was somebody who looked an awful lot like a young Elizabeth Warren. And she was doing this like whole breathing thing, and then she started breathing in the faces of everybody on stage, like real hard and through a mic.
Oh, yeah.
Did you see that one?
Yeah, that was the
Yeah,
one that
that
I was
was-
talking about where
Yeah, the Indian.
last year they did the weird ass song thing, and then this year they did that
Yeah,
Elizabeth Warren thing.
that was a very, very strange thing. So, but yeah, it's I don't know. And they always have some weird shit like that. There's always some weird shit like that. every
Yeah.
year.
Just it's creepy. It's so creepy.
Yeah.
Yeah, and
And then they
I
have
know that
people
there are
like
people out there who will be like, "Oh, well, it's it's satanic rituals or whatever," but it's like, I mean, I'm
I
a
don't
pagan, man, and this shit creeps me out.
right. Like
You know?
it's
You
just
know,
weird ass shit.
yeah, and it's so counter to
Mhm.
what, like, I'm guessing most Indian tribes would be against some authoritarian people coming in and telling them how to live their life, right? You know, like but yeah, they're gonna go there and bless the economic forum that would sit there and probably, put their boot on them. But yeah, it just seems kind of weird to me.
Yeah. So we're gonna start with the a couple of parody clips on this because I saw these this morning and I laughed my fucking ass off because they're very well done. Do-do-do-do.
Trust has been eroding in recent years, which is why this week's meeting on rebuilding trust has been so important.
Rebuilding trust with whom exactly? I'm sorry, I'm gonna let you finish. But here's the thing, as far as the public opinion is concerned, they don't trust you and they never will because they didn't elect you. And here's the thing, while we edit, Epstein didn't kill himself, and there are probably people in this very forum who were clients of him.
You see the other one that he did? Did you see the one with Klaus Schwab and some other chick that he did?
I did not. But there is a follow-up to this one.
Oh.
But yeah, that's that I love that shit. It's just like beep. It's so fucking funny. And these are parodies, but they're quite funny. And yeah, it was basic, like, because nothing he said there, even though it was done as a satire, right? Everything he said was fucking true.
Yeah.
So we're gonna start this one. If you have sensitive ears, this one does get a little bit more spicy than that.
Does he have a black eye?
Yes.
Okay.
This is the apology video for the last one.
Oh.
And so yesterday I stood on this stage and said some things that I should not have said. But we all deserve a second chance. So I would like to apologize to absolutely no one. None of you were elected to show us how we should live our lives. All of you motherfuckers took your private jets to show up to this meeting, so don't lecture us about the environment. I ain't eating bugs. You can eat these nuts. And once again, you and your fake climate agenda can go fuck.
Awesome.
I don't know how many subs this guy has, but he's undersubbed. That's
Yeah.
great, man.
What's his name?
So-
Damon Amani.
Yeah. He's a funny guy. He's not wrong about any of it.
Nope.
I think
What
this
was
is
it?
the other one.
Did you catch? Yeah, he gave me.
Here.
I had his name a second ago, and now I don't.
Damon Amani or something else?
Yes, that's it. Correct.
Yeah. I just shared the other video so this is the video I saw. I hadn't seen the other two. This is like the third one, I think, that he did. In the private chat, because you know how I am with the present button.
Oh, okay. I got you.
I don't know what
gotcha.
I'm doing with that.
It's
I don't
really
want to
easy.
I know, and I'm probably fine, but I don't like doing stuff on other people's channels. I don't know.
No,
Weird.
It's fine. I will show you how to do it though. All right, so
I'm a child. Sometimes I apologize.
Okay, so give me a second, folks, and I will bring it right up.
Time's
The
up.
same way that Gal can learn to. Well, if you had brought it up yourself.
Okay, I'm fine at bringing things up.
Gay. So yeah, this would
It's
be
not
one
gay.
that
I'm a girl.
And it's still gay if you take it in the butt.
Bro,
Anyway.
it's kind of gay.
If I what, Sam?
Nothing. You
Are
heard
we
looks
bringing
nice.
that conversation up again? Because I'll stop you.
All right, here we go.
And I appreciate the World Economic Forum providing me the opportunity to be on this stage and say, fuck you, Klaus Schwab, and fuck your New World Order. We, the people, were born free. We will stay free. And you and all of your globalist friends, including everyone in this room, can go fuck yourself.
I love it. I love it.
And I
That's so
Yeah.
good.
Was that skipping for you, Sam?
Was for me.
Not on my end, no.
Yeah, it was for me. The video before that was as well. But you still get the gist of it because
Yeah.
you really just need to hear it and it's fine.
Yeah.
I think it was StreamYards has been doing that to some people recently, especially if it's a Twitter video.
Yeah, it's I don't know. StreamYards is depending on the thing that you're sharing, it kind of depends on how it works out, and also your internet, which mine's doing fine right now, so I'm not sure what that was. It might have just been on Twitter's end or whatever.
I'll blame Twitter for you. It's fine.
Yeah, we can do that. We can definitely do that. So, but yeah, there were a few standout moments with the the World Economic Forum thus far. The big one I want to get to here in a little bit is Malay's speech, which is just everything that this other dude just said in jest. Malay basically came in and said, like, stay the fuck out of Argentina.
Yep.
No, but before we do that, this gentleman that I'm about to bring up on screen is Alex Soros, the son of the most evil man in the world, or one of. Talking about, he goes on for a while, but he kind of blames the lack of progress in the United States with on Donald Trump specifically.
I don't think that's the. I don't think
He's also clearly my caliber of public speaker.
that's the fundamental. I don't think technology is the fundamental issue in democracy. Democracy is messy. I mean, democracy is about contestation of ideas. It's about morality. It's about people having different truths. Actually, now,
I'm gonna go ahead and say that that's fucking retarded.
Yeah. What's he talking about?
Yeah, democracy in its theoretical, like, academic form, right?
Yeah.
Is about people from different backgrounds coming to consensus.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right. What he's here saying is just like, oh, well, no, it's about everybody saying their own truths. I mean, and in practice, eventually, it kind of is. It's a mess. But yeah, I don't know. The guy's a fucking idiot.
It's kind of a convoluted way of trying, like it doesn't really make 100% of sense to me, but whatever.
Fundamentally, how society lives together civically in those contestations is obviously quite tricky. But I think that if we play too much on this disinformation card, we're taking responsibility away from ourselves to actually create a narrative that inspires people to vote and to believe, in democracy and
So
today, Junior, I can't get past
Yeah.
the ums and the uhs.
I know, and it's so bad, and it makes me look at myself, and I'm like, I thought I was bad, but
Me too.
this
for
guy,
me. Holy shit.
Is it me, or is it like he has excuse me, an idea in his head, but he can't really put it out there eloquently, so he's just throwing out big words, and it kind of came out sounding like pasta salad.
like, what the fuck is contestations?
Yeah. It just, yeah. I'm not saying he's a stupid dude. I'm not saying he doesn't know. It's just he's not able to eloquently put it out there, because really I was sitting there going, huh?
Yeah, look, I'm a big proponent of using your vocabulary. I swear a lot. I use a lot of filler words. I say and ah a lot. For example,
As you immediately say,
it's
So do I.
almost second nature at this point, and it is. And I stumble over my words. I do, and a lot of people do. There's some in our sphere that I have been trying to encourage to not swear so much, to use their vocabulary, to exercise their vocabulary. But I would say this: don't make words up.
I stumbled upon the fact that there is someone who I won't name who's watching that you tell that to, because he said that he did in a tweet reply to me. And I'm like, I'm a fucking Marine. I don't care if you guys. And then he explained that you and someone else. I'm like, oh, well,
Yeah.
fuck 'em.
Now, hey, now. But now it's like, this guy is just not good at public
Nope.
speaking, and I mean, I get if he's nervous, I understand that, but I get the feeling that it's not just a case of nervousness. It's like, I think that this is how he normally speaks, and he probably would, have kind of a watered down personality, because he seems he seems fairly effete, fairly effeminate, right?
Look at the way he's sitting.
Well, given who his father is, that kind of makes sense.
What's his name? Who's his father?
Soros.
Oh, what?
George Soros'
Oh,
kid.
how did I miss that? I must have been okay.
Oh,
No fire?
Yeah.
You
And over
changed
here,
it?
Yeah, with
that guy?
water now.
That's Bill Gates in the far right corner there.
Oh,
Oh, I thought you were talking about Clues Channels. Isn't that a woman underwater? I mean, Bill Gates is
Well-
kind of womanly,
Oh,
but
yeah.
Yeah, we're doing water, not fire this time. We're doing water.
she's in high fucking heel stilettos.
Yeah, yes, she is.
And a teddy.
Looks like it. Or yeah, looks like a nighty type thing. Yeah.
Okay. So let's continue on with this and see what else this guy has to say.
Democratic institutions. And on the institutional part, I think that we can talk about institutions as these abstract things, but institutions are also about people. And we just heard this point about untrustworthy people, and we talked about things in the United States like checks and balances, which aren't written anywhere but are customs. And one man, Donald Trump, literally came in and just.
So I'm gonna
He
jump in
derailed
here.
my father's plans for the world. Oh,
Essentially, but now what he says about checks and balances, which aren't written anywhere, it's the very design of the fucking government.
Yep.
yeah.
It doesn't have to be written there. It's the foundation.
Well, he's talking about the checks and balances that they put in place. Little things they put in place to fuck with the control and all that shit. That he's not talking about the actual ones that were put in there to make
The
sure that
proper ones.
the delineation between power and shit, like states' rights versus the federal government and stuff. Those things that they've broken down and now put their own little shit in there to control. Fuck him.
Yeah. No, yeah, he's an asshole. He does get to, I think here shortly, blaming Trump for all of that.
Took that all away. But when I see this, when I look at this, more globally regarding democracy, I also say to myself, when was this great time that everybody got along so well, and things were going so great? I mean, I think
1990s, Junior.
I think that we really have to be careful here in this nostalgia for a time past, because a lot of the reactions we're seeing in society are actually reactions to positive things like equality for women, and greater diversity, which come with backlash.
Hold up. What the fuck is this dumb piece of shit fucking even talking about? I'm
Right?
sorry to be that fucking blunt. We're better. Right now, girls, you have boys not fucking talking to girls not talking to boys. You have the freaking birth rate has dropped dramatically. Why? Because women and men don't get along anymore. Yeah,
Can't stand each
totally
other.
equality has really helped us, right? We're all just getting along so much that you have this happening. It's bullshit. They fucking sit there and
absolutely.
fucking delude themselves. They have destroyed this country. Race relations have never been worse. You have, like I said, relationships between men and women have never been worse. It is freaking ridiculous that this dumbass actually thinks in his head that this crap they've been pushing has actually made us better. Oh my god, if I was on that stage, I would just walk up and clock that fucker in Minecraft off the
too.
stage.
Me too.
Well, and one of the problems there is he says equality for women. We've had fucking equality for women.
Yeah.
They don't want equality.
Supremacy. Is what
Exactly.
Yep.
It's like they want fucking reparations. We want to be the Amazonian women that can walk all over men.
Yep.
Because you were walking all over us, except no the fuck you weren't. Dudes weren't. Because not a single fucking one of these bitches who's complaining about dudes in the patriarchy have ever had to deal with that shit.
Yeah.
They're cosplaying it.
Yeah. I know it's kind of cringe. Some people think it's cringe to talk about the men's right movement and all that stuff. The fact is, a lot of those guys were actually standing with women back when they were burning their bras, demanding equality and stuff. Those guys, then after that happened, they said, hey, you know, there's some stuff over here that kind of is not fair to men. Can we talk about that? And now they're like demonized and told they're fucking sexist pigs and shit, when they used to be the ones standing right along feminists going, you deserve the ability to work and to, you know, have self-determination and stuff. It's sick that, yeah, you have this situation where if I point out specific things about men, like the fact that there's only like one place in this country made that if a man's being abused, he can go to a shelter for men who are being abused and in a bad relationship. There's only one. There are literally thousands for women. You know, stuff like that. The fact that 47% of spousal abuse is actually from women to men, but every representation you have of it is men towards women. We don't acknowledge that men can be beat, men can be hurt, men can be abused too.
I would just like to state that I do, but I'm just little
What,
Omi.
abuse men?
Yeah.
No, that I acknowledge the fact, you jackass.
Mary Kay Letourneau got a eulogy, got eulogized by her victim when she died. Remember that? That was around Christmas 2019, I think it was. She died. We had to hear from her victim eulogizing her.
Yeah.
Y'all know who Mary Kay Letourneau was, the teacher that...
The name sounds familiar.
Yeah, the one who slept with her student.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She got a eulogy
blonde one.
by her victim.
What?
Yeah.
Yep.
What?
Yeah, she had a relationship with this kid, and they had a baby, right? Didn't they have a baby?
Yeah, they had a kid.
Yeah, and she only got like a year in prison or 2 years in prison, and then afterwards she came right out and just went right back and started a relationship with him and stuff. But she got no time because of it, even though he was like 15 at the time, I think.
Yeah, he was a sophomore, I think, or a junior.
Yeah.
Because
freshman.
What Zillage says is what pisses me off the most about it. That men get made fun of when it happens. Like people say that men can't be raped.
Yep.
Fucking bullshit. Bullshit.
If you're a man and you're in an abusive relationship, you have like if you're family and you have kids, you have three choices. You can either run away and leave your children in that kind of a situation.
Yep.
You can take your children and then you will be hunted for kidnapping them because there's no source to help you. Women, there's literally an underground railroad to get them out of bad situations. They will hide the women away. They'll give them new identities. They'll find them jobs, give them money. Men don't have that. So you'll be running on your own and you will be hunted as a father who stole their children, essentially. Or you can sit there and take it and be beat over and over again because you can't get any alleviation otherwise. You go to the cops. They're just going to be like, really? You're getting beat by your wife? Yeah. It's like you said, it's a big joke. it's a big joke that
Yep.
you can't take it. I've seen dudes who've actually my friend was in a bad relationship with a girl, and he actually has 4 separate scars on his back where she had thrown knives at him.
Fucking hell.
Damn.
Yeah.
Well, and so I hate how people will say that women can't rape men. Sorry.
No, go for it.
Because it's people like to pretend like you can control your penises when there's like a chick in front of you that might be attractive. That doesn't mean just because you're hard that you actually want it. It's a bodily function that you can't necessarily can control. And that's a lot of the argument is, well, if you got it up, then you wanted it. It's an oversimplification, and it pisses me off.
Yeah, that lack of control is why they invented trapper keepers.
Huh?
So you hold them in front of it.
Yeah.
In school. When you
school,
were in
when
school,
we were in
did
high
you ever
school.
have a guy who held a book in front of his crotch?
Oh, I got it. Okay, I got it. I'm like, what the
You
fuck?
got called to the board at the wrongest time.
Yeah.
It's happened.
This is how
it
we
happened
know
to
the
every
gal is
guy
a
you
real
know.
woman.
You had to hide it somehow.
I gotta answer the question now, teacher. Can you go to somebody else? Give me about 5 minutes.
Gal, you remember a couple weeks ago when we were on Devil's Channel talking about common experiences among men?
Yeah.
This
And
is
how
one of the
women-
most common.
Oh, yeah. No, I get it now. I got it. I was just really confused. I was thinking like trapper keepers, like the rings and closing, and I'm like, wouldn't that hurt?
Oh, I know
Like,
what
I
you're
don't
talking
understand
about.
what you're talking about.
The
Like,
No,
cock
you just
ring?
you get the
About the cock
binder and you
ring?
hold it in front of you because it's huge and it hides everything.
yeah, I got it.
Textbooks and binders are penis shields.
Yeah.
I got it. It was a little slow, but I don't have a penis, so
I sure hope not.
I don't. I just have a cat in my lap, but
Yeah, you got a cat.
Yeah, she's just sitting here on a live stream with pussy out, No
It's
worries.
right here. It's a black pussy. See?
She's just petting it like it's no big deal. That's
This
fine.
just gets worse, y'all. New people, we apologize.
This is an example of how women get away with shit on the internet and men don't.
Yeah,
I
essentially.
can just pet my pussy live on stream.
And you also you have to consider the fact that when a DV case, a DV call is made to 911, their job is to remove the threat. The threat is men.
Yep.
So even though you own the house and
she
there's
might
no
be the
proof
one.
that you touched her, you got to go to jail. She's sitting in your house by herself. You can just bring somebody else in there while you in jail or steal anything she wants.
Yeah, they have this show. I can't. Is it called Snapped or something? And it's essentially one of those true crime shows, but it shows only incidences of women killing men when wives kill their husbands, essentially.
Mm-hmm.
And it's funny. Like 50% of them, the claim is that he beat her, and there's no proof of it. They have nothing. There's never, she didn't talk to her family about it. Nothing. It's just she kills him, chops him up, threw his body parts in the woods. And then when she's found out 4 months later, she says, yeah, he beat me. And it happened over and over again on every episode. I was all like, why is it every second or third, situation, there's a claim of abuse. But like I said, there's literally no proof of it. There's no pictures. There's no friends who said, yeah, she came to me multiple times. I told her she should have to leave him. Her family doesn't believe her. It's always this thing. It's just, that's when she gets caught and put in front of the judge. That's the excuse, is he beat me. So I was totally justified in shooting him 7 times in the face, cutting his body up, taking all his money, and, sleeping with my boyfriend I've had for 6 years. Like it's like.
That was a very specific example.
It's interesting though too, because like most of the time, yeah, they'll get away with that, and everybody will side with the woman, and all that stuff, and yeah, it happens. There was one instance though when I was a kid that it kind of went the other way, where a woman who had been abused repeatedly and viciously by her husband lashed out one night with a knife and has been ridiculed ever since. It's become a kind of a meme, Lorena Bobbitt.
Yeah.
Joey Buttafuoco absolutely had that shit coming.
Right.
But she gets charged with assault. She gets laughed out of polite society. Nobody takes her seriously at that, because he was such a charming, suave motherfucker, and he had all the right connections.
Yep.
And oh my God, she took his manhood. And I was like, he's lucky that she didn't cut his throat.
Yep.
In Minecraft. So yeah, it's but that was one example out of a sea of other examples where it totally goes the other way.
Well, it's actually a punchline when it happens to a man. It's funny. She hurt you.
Right, that's the thing. Like that little thing. Well, because the moment that you want to defend yourself because a woman is throwing shit at you, or she's got a knife, or she's beating you with a shoe, or whatever it is, well, you're a big man. She's a tiny woman. She can't hurt you. So why are you touching her? That's bullshit. It's the Amber Heard, Johnny Depp bullshit.
Yeah, that case pisses me off.
Yeah.
Like, I'm glad that he got justice in like the system, but his career was almost destroyed. Like, it kind of is. He just took a step back afterwards. It irritates the shit out of me. That bitch.
Yeah. And then if a woman slaps a man in public, it's like, oh, did you see that? Everybody gets their phones out. Mm-hmm. But if a man slaps a woman,
everybody
all
gets
these knights come out
yes.
to take him down. Don't know what the context of the slap was.
Well, and who was it? Ray
Palpatine.
Rice? No. The football player in the elevator with his
not
girlfriend.
Skywalker.
Oh yeah, Ray.
Rice? No.
It's a Ray.
Not.
It's
what was it?
Rice. I'm thinking Jim Rice, and that's not.
I just had it in my head.
Ray Epps.
No.
I know.
We know who you're talking about. We know who you're talking about.
Lewis. Yeah. Thank you, Stan.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah,
Thanks,
that
man.
entire thing. Like, she fucking started that shit. He took it too far, but she fucking started that shit. It was a mutual fucking confrontation. But he took it too far.
Oh. Hi, Zero. Static, Sasquatch, all coming in.
Oh,
yeah.
Static.
And this all stems from what that Alex Soros just said about, oh, well, we need equality for women. I was like, where the fuck have you been, man?
Right.
Women have it great in this country. Really great.
I know this sounds like a right-wing talking point, and it may be because I'm talking about it and I'm right-wing, but
that's a good reason.
Name a right that men have that women don't in this country. Name something that they have that we don't.
I can't come up with one. Can't find one.
Because it doesn't exist.
Yeah, that's exactly like what Ben Shapiro says. He says, if you show me a something in society that is unfair, a real racism, somehow black people or women not having the same right or privilege as this person or that person, anyone would stand with you and say that's not right. And it's the same thing here. Yeah, if you can point out where a woman is being treated differently than a man, an opportunity or whatever, they like some place saying we won't hire women. Okay, fine, I'll stand with you and say that's not right. Why are you doing that? But yeah, bullshit claims of somehow like the pink tax bullshit like that. Just
Oh,
it's
God.
like I'm not gonna fucking sit here and you know buy that crap.
Okay.
Yeah, no,
There's this big
it's
thing. Oh, I'm sorry.
we're not equal. We never have been equal, but at some point the balance tipped the other way. You know,
Yeah.
legally speaking, right? And there is such. I believe that there probably is a point where we will be legally equal, but we'll never be physically equal.
Exactly.
You know, that can't happen. I know they're trying like hell by making all our men tiny little bitches, but
Mhm.
Yep.
you know, it's still it can't happen. Even with the soy boys, even with those weak little dudes with the man buns who sit out front of Starbucks eating their little bran muffins and sipping on a I don't even know what the fuck. I don't drink that shit.
Just drinking
Even
Starbucks,
those
that's all I gotta say.
even those little twinks, right? And that's the word I'm
Yeah.
going to use here. Those little
'Cause that's
twinks,
what they are.
even they have greater muscle mass and greater bone density than the average woman because we are biologically different.
Yes.
You know,
100%.
And then you have
I
this
mean,
big
they're less likely to use it because they're a bunch of pussies, but still,
you have this big controversy that men shouldn't hit on women in the gym and all that stuff. You got your female gyms, but if the men got together and had an all male gym, women would shut that down, call it sexist.
That shit pisses me off too because women like to insta thoughts, like to do their bullshit of wearing nothing to the gym and then get pissed off at men for looking.
right? And they're getting called out for it, which is good.
Yes.
You know,
And getting kicked
they're-
out of gyms for it, thank
Oh,
God.
they're getting kicked out. I didn't know they were getting kicked out. That's happening.
Yeah,
It doesn't
dude,
happen as
there was
frequently, but people are done.
There was this woman a couple of weeks ago who was all over Twitter saying, like, look how these men at this gym treated me when she went in there with pasties and a thong, and basically the rest of her clothes were painted on. And they were like, you're not dressed. This is not sanitary. You cannot be in here. And she lost her shit. She's like, well, you're just, no, I'm covered. I'm covered. I was like, no, you're missing the fucking point. You're not actually. If your ass crack is sitting on the fucking machine, you're leaving something behind. It's not sanitary. It's not sanitary for everybody who comes after you. It's not sanitary for you. You know?
I thought I pinned it. I saw this one of this girl and she, you know, it's a TikTok, so it has the words coming up on the screen. And she's all, look at this guy pretending like he's jumping rope. And he was literally jumping rope. And it was like she was seeing stuff that just wasn't there. Like she made it up in her head that this guy was seen there just at the gym scoping on her. And no, he was there working out. He did multiple jumping ropes, you know, are they called reps? I don't know what you know.
Reps, yeah.
When it's jumping rope, I didn't know if it was the same as lifting weights. Anyway, and stuff, and she's acting, and then so he's over here actually lifting weights at one point. She looks over and says, "Do we have a problem?" And he's like, What are you talking about, lady?" Like he didn't even know what the hell she was doing. She was off in her own little world, like fucking completely coming up with shit in her head. And yeah, I thought I pinned it, but I didn't.
Gal, you okay over there?
I just put it in the private chat.
Oh, okay.
All right. Well,
I'm fucking furious right now.
do you want to?
Sorry, I just got the email.
No, I got you. Do you want to? I mean, we talked about him last week a little bit. Was it last week or week before? A little
It
bit.
was 2 weeks ago. Yeah.
Yeah. So, yeah, go ahead and talk about that a little bit. Speaking of government overreach into people's fucking lives, folks. Apparently, Pennsylvania has shut down an Amos Miller farm.
So the state of Pennsylvania has issued a notice demanding that effective immediately, Amos Miller must stop providing raw milk products to its members. At this time, all of the farm's dairy products are not available. This includes yogurts, cheeses, kefir, I don't know how to pronounce that, ice cream, butter, smoothies, cottage cheese, colostrum, don't know about that one either, cream, probiotic drinks, and milk. Doesn't affect your eggs or any other meat or other products. This only affects items that are made using milk. There's more in the email, but it's not really.
So what's going to be sold instead of that?
So they have other products, but what I buy from them, like my order that I literally sent 2 hours ago, I'll get my carrots. No, they're not stopping the meat production. So they only just recently were able to start selling meat again that wasn't water buffalo. It was beef and pork. They were able to start selling again because lawyers were able to like negotiate it into existence and do lawyer things. Yeah.
Well, power of the states, y'all. Just the best law on the books. Power of the states. Everybody,
honestly, this
Pennsylvania will be the new California.
This goes right back into what we were fucking talking about the WEF. This is part of their fucking agenda. I don't think that the Food and Drug Administration necessarily was wholly part of that, but it is absolutely now. You know, if everything's got to go through federal oversight and federal approval, right? So they can get the goddamn cut, first of all.
Mm-hmm.
And so that, you only consume the products that they approve.
Yep.
Right. Eventually, you're going to be getting milk that came out of cockroaches. Just saying.
That was horrible.
Well, that's the thing. The reason that we started doing this is because China was experimenting on freaking putting mRNA vaccines into milk products.
Yep.
Why we got to copy China all the time?
I think I mentioned it on the pub last night that in Chicago, the stores are all leaving because the crime and people stealing and cops not coming and doing anything about it. And so they're all leaving. And so you have certain communities saying, well, what are we supposed to do? We can't get our food. So they're talking about the city running grocery stores. And that's exactly what you were saying, Sam. If the city controls the store, they're going to control what you can buy, when you can buy it. You give them control over how you get your food, how you get your sustenance. That's just like what they want to do with the medical profession. The government wants to control every aspect. And so if they can tell you when you can get food, what you can buy, what you're able to eat, what is in your food, if they have control of that, it's just another aspect where they can lead you around by a leash.
So basically Walmart in 2020.
Well, because I'm sure, like, y'all have heard it has to be pasteurized milk. You shouldn't be drinking raw milk. I know, Devil, like, you've been told that by multiple people, and it's fucking bullshit. People saying, oh, you're going to get sick if you haven't been drinking it since you were a baby. Go fuck yourselves. It's not true. And that is shit coming from the goddamn food pyramid that the government schemed together back in the freaking 70s or 60s or whatever the hell it was. It's all bullshit.
Oh, did you see the revised food pyramid where they put like corn pops at the top of the list as healthy?
I did
the
not.
Bad dude.
Well, the problem with you're right in that they'll be like Walmart. But the difference is Walmart is a company that's about profit, so they'll sell you whatever they can make money off of. If a dry chicken bone would make them $2, they'll put it on the shelf. It's all about profit for them. That's the thing. When you have government run a thing like that, it's not about profit; it's about control. So even though they can make more money by selling this particular product, no, they're going to give you this. Why? Because that is how they control you. Is determining what you can and can't have. It's not about profit with the government. It's about control. That's the problem. I'd rather have a greedy person who just wants my money providing a service than the government who has an agenda providing the service.
That's Sam P, by the way. Salute, Sam P.
What's up?
Shameless says, around me, apparently they want to start having everybody who has a basic small garden needs to register it, which we all know that down the line comes with a new tax ordinance. I've been hearing that actually from a number of places. If you grow your own food in any way, it's got to be regulated through the FDA and through the Department of Agriculture.
Fuck out of here, man.
Yeah. And that's of course they're going to tax the shit out of that, and eventually they're going to come in there, going to tell you what you can and can't grow.
Yeah.
And even among the things that you can and can't grow, what you can and can't consume. And if you go against that in any way, they're going to come and they're going to take your garden, and you'll be lucky if that's all they take.
Yeah.
But Sam, is there anybody on our side fighting this? I mean, I know our news media is not going to cover it, but do you think anybody on our side is fighting this? It's like these people don't have any resistance. They can do whatever they want.
The only organization I could think of that would possibly take this up in earnest, right, is maybe the ACLJ. Not the ACLU, folks. Fuck those assholes.
Yeah, fuck them.
Yeah.
The ACLJ, which, you know, comes with its own stuff there. But yeah, it's maybe those guys, maybe Jay Sekulow, you know, in terms of legally fighting any of this stuff. You know, there are probably people who are not necessarily part of any organization who are, yeah. I mean, just the fact that we're still talking about this and we're still on the air, right, is a measure of resistance, albeit a small one. You know,
Yeah.
so yes, but it's in increments, and it's not in any great way, because you always try and trick me into saying this shit on live. There's only one way to truly fight this shit, and we are still on YouTube, so I'm not going to verbally articulate that here.
Yeah,
But it would
think I
make our
know
founding fathers
where-
fucking proud.
I think I know where you're going. I think.
Yeah. So yeah, it is what it is. So I don't know. Beyond getting the word out about this stuff, there ain't a whole lot I can do from here, from the internet. You know, and I'd say for everybody out there, you know, best thing you can do, really, if you want to fight against the shit that's coming down the pike, right? Remember that, and this goes for U.S. citizens. I'm not sure how it works in other countries. The federal government is not in charge. They do not rule over states. States' rights trump federal.
Yep. Power to
Municipal
states.
trumps states. Right. So if you want to change stuff, if you want to fight back, if you want to get, you know, any kind of real traction on any of these issues or any other issues that are dear to you, get involved at the local level. Go to the PTA meetings, go to the council meetings, go to the, you know, run for alderman or whatever, or, you know, whatever they call it, where you are locally. You know, pay attention, get involved, have your say, make sure they hear you.
Yeah, and the bad federal people start off in city council. You can stop
everybody
it
does.
before it happens. You can
Everybody
see where
does.
all the bad people are going and stop them. But, you know, everybody's concerned about the president. Got to vote for the president.
Yeah, because the fact is as much as the feds, they like to, you know, wave their dicks around and be like, oh, look how big our dicks are. You got to do what we say now because I got this huge dick. It's essentially what it is. But as much as they love to do that, the fact is they only have the power that we allow them to have. They're kind of like demons that way.
Yep.
They only have the power that we allow them to have. And if we locally and state-wise say no, ain't fucking shit they can do about it. I mean, look at what happened down in Texas with the border shit right now. Right? Texas is taking back control of their border. Biden says, hey, you can't do that.
Mm-hmm.
And Texas says, go fuck yourself. And
Yep.
Biden gave them till, I think it was the end of Wednesday this week, to hand back control of that section of border to the feds. And they still haven't done it. And I don't know what's happening
Governor
about that,
Abbott
because there isn't a lot
ain't
that the
having it.
fucking Fed can do about it. You know, without declaring war on their own citizens, which they cannot risk.
I say now every day it's
Hi, Larry.
getting closer. Oh, I'm not muted.
What up, Larry? Happy birthday, by the way.
Yeah, thanks.
Well, Wait, did
Yeah,
you say
no.
happy birthday?
Yep.
Yeah, my birthday was on the 17th.
Oh shit! I'm sorry. Happy
No,
birthday.
no,
I didn't
no, you're
know.
fine. I mean, if
Mhm.
I was that worried, I'd have called you and told you. I'd be like, hey, hey,
Where's my
gal,
happy birthday, bitch?
well, no, I'd
So
be like, yeah, I'd
he
be
did
like,
call
you know,
me and
you
tell me
feel
that.
free to
Mm.
but yeah, as for Texas, no, I mean, they sent a threatening letter, basically saying, "Oh, we're going to run it to court." Yeah, good luck with that because Abbott is bound by the Constitution to do exactly what he's doing. So good luck with that. My favorite is the news report that came up that Biden was apparently caught on a hot mic talking about attacking Texas with F-15s if Abbott doesn't do what he wants, and the Democrats for some reason think that Biden can just federalize the National Guard and then turn the National Guard against
The citizens.
Texas.
Yeah.
Have you? I don't know how long you've been in Texas, Larry, but have you heard of the Texas Rangers? Not the baseball team, but the actual Texas Rangers.
Oh, of course I
Those
have.
motherfuckers
yeah.
are bad. Good luck
Yeah.
trying to overtake them.
Well, I mean, they can't do it anyway. I mean, I was originally going to go into the National Guard, and I think that's the thing about Democrats is they don't think things through. I think most politicians don't anyway. But there's a loophole that allows if the federal government to tag National Guard if there's a war, if there's a deployment, like if there's a war or something like that. But if I'm not mistaken, I believe the governor has to almost agree to that. Not every National Guard unit deploys. A lot of times they get asked, but you can't just walk up to a state which has the right to defend itself and say, "Hey, we're going to take your state's army, and then we're going to turn them against you, so that we can force them to step aside and let this invasion happen."
They never would. The state, the freaking, they would tell them to go fuck themselves. The Texans are not going to turn against Texans because of the government. They don't like the government.
Yeah.
It's one of the
The
most.
soldiers are telling them to screw them. The soldiers are telling them
Yeah.
to go screw themselves.
Yeah.
Yep.
We're calling up
Stop
you
fighting
guys
for
to
it.
go and fight your own state. Yeah, fuck you.
Yeah. Yeah, and for those of you who've never served, there is a manual that we have to read that says that if you are given an order by a superior all the way up to the president that is not lawful, you are not bound to obey it. In fact, you can get in trouble for doing it. Like that girl back in the day that took that photo with those prisoners. You notice she got in trouble because even though she was told to do that, it wasn't a lawful order. We swear an oath to the Constitution as well, not to whoever's sitting in the White House.
Yeah.
So yeah, and what are you gonna do? You're gonna get other states' National Guards to kick in on that? Yeah, some of the states they may be woke, but not all the soldiers are. Good luck with
And
that.
you also consider that because Texas is so big, the Dallas, Austin, San Antonio, and Houston to combine is not even half of Texas in population.
Now, the only way that the Biden administration would have a chance at beating Texas in anything is if Texas pulled back the National Guard, the Rangers, and everybody, and put the Dallas Cowboys down there instead.
Hey! Can we drop this guy? Sam, can we drop
Is
this
there an
guy?
accident waiting to happen?
That's blasphemy.
Should I sing the
I'm
Should I
still
sing the
hurt
Stephen
over
A.
that.
song? Should I sing the Stephen A. song that was played the next
No,
day?
you should not. No, you should not. I'm still hurt over that. Still hurt over that game against the Packers, the Cheesies.
Sam, 6 minutes left. They're down. They're down 47-16.
Just football.
Yes.
I don't care.
I don't want to talk about that. Let's change. Let's go back to what we were talking about. I don't want to talk about football.
I don't care about football.
As of now, until the next season, I don't care about football.
Well,
Hurt.
good luck
You
next
hurt.
season because he kept McCarthy. He did everything. He did everything he shouldn't have done. So, so good luck
Can
next
we
year.
drop this guy? I don't know who he is. Can we get rid of him?
I could, but he could walk right back in.
You got the buttons.
It's like
Joker
it's
team
like-
and Big D. But anyway, back to yeah, the guy's definitely senile. He's definitely senile if he thinks that any of that's going to work. Like what? But however, there is a city council. There is a city council in Texas that voted to strip its citizens of their First Amendment rights. It's on video. The city is called Killeen.
Yeah, that's what that base is.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Killeen, Texas. I couldn't believe when I was watching that. Them Texans were pissed. They were like, "You are not gonna stand up here and try to vote. You go ahead and do what you think you're gonna do. You're not gonna take our rights from us because you're mad because we're up here telling you guys, hey, you're doing a crappy job. In fact, what job are you doing? You haven't done anything." They didn't like that.
Yeah.
That being the mayor and the city council. So yeah, I mean, it just at some point it's just people have laid down too long, and I think what's gotten into these politicians' heads is they're looking at China and they're looking at Canada, and we've got them docile. Let's see what we can get away with. We've already stolen the election, but yeah, let's see what else we could do before we get our butts kicked at the end of this year.
Well, the thing is it's such a foolish thing to think because yeah, people will sit there and they'll be docile and they'll take a lot of shit and they're trying everything to push that, making the frogs gay with the water type thing. But the fact is, if it does turn, it never turns good. It's not like if this all blows up because people are finally tired of their rights being stepped on that they're going to be like, okay, you guys are under arrest. No, it's time for the French Revolution. Let's get the guillotines out. So these global elites and shit that are like just pushing this shit, they're not going to like it when it turns.
Yeah, it's gonna be a fight.
It is. And good. It should be. People need to wake the fuck up. I don't have any love for bloodshed. I really don't. And I really hope that something can change, something can be accomplished for the better without it. But I'm also not a fool.
Mm.
There will be blood at some point. Because sometimes that's the only thing that shocks people out of complacency. Sorry to be a bit of a downer there, guys.
Hey, that's what
How
we
about some
do over
good
here.
news?
That's
We
what
do
you do.
downers. We do downers.
Yeah.
Sam over here. Who needs to do downers when you got Samuel? You can just call him.
All right. So I am going to post a link to a particular tweet. If you don't have Twitter, I apologize for this because I don't want to go through the entire thing. It's like, almost a half hour long. But
Looks like
Malay's speech at Davos.
Looks like Gal caught a flight to Pennsylvania.
Yeah.
She's gone.
Oh, did you hear about did you see what the president of what's the name of that country? He stood over there in
Argentina?
Davos and just
Yeah, that's what he's talking about.
That's what I'm talking
he
about.
blasted. Yeah, but then also too is Schwab was shaking in his boots because them German farmers are over there revolting, and he was just like, he was pretty much saying like, I don't know what to do.
No. So this is an excerpt, and it's I don't know how expertly translated this is because you know how these guys get from his speech at the World Economic Forum. This is Milei, who is the current leader of Argentina, by all accounts, a badass and an anti-communist all the way. In fact, I think I've got a clip of him calling the Pope a commie at some point.
Good afternoon. Thank you very much. Today, I'm here to tell you that the Western world is in danger. And it is endangered because those who are supposed to have to defend the values of the West are co-opted by a vision of the world that inexorably leads to socialism and thereby to poverty. Unfortunately, in recent decades, motivated by some well-meaning individuals willing to help others, and others motivated by the wish to belong to a privileged caste, the main leaders of the Western world have abandoned the model of freedom for different versions of what we call collectivism. We're here to tell you that collectivist experiments are never the solution to the problems that afflict the citizens of the world. Rather, they are the root cause. Believe me, no one better placed than us, Argentines, to testify to these 2 points. Good afternoon.
And he is 100% on point with that. And he is saying it to the faces of the people who need to hear this shit and have it drilled into their eye holes.
That dude is my fucking spirit animal.
Yeah. Do you double Potter now? Devil Potter. He's your Patronus.
Yeah.
Yep.
And you can speak Spanish when you activate him.
Arriba.
Sorry, guys. I got a little hangry.
How was Pennsylvania in your flight to Pennsylvania? How was it?
Like I'm gonna fucking fly anywhere right now. You're cute.
She's I'm taking it back.
This guy.
Yeah. No, after the shit she said, she's on a no-fly list.
She was locked and loaded and ready to go over there and take care of some shit.
I'm getting real fucking tired.
Yeah.
Wow. It gets real over here. It does.
Hey Gal, you ever had gourmet spaghetti with that good garlic toast and a nice tall glass of Kool-Aid?
I mean, I don't like Kool-Aid, but that
Yeah,
spaghetti with that good sounds.
Way to go sitting into those stereotypes there.
Well, how about
It's Kool-Aid.
all right, well, wait a minute. Gal is a very classy lady, so it'll have to be some kind of Chardonnay.
Oh fuck no, I don't do wine. I'm a beer girl.
Yeah, I was gonna say Michelob.
I'll do a vodka soda.
If it's beer, I would have said like Red Stripe or something.
I'm a wheat blonde type of girl. So
Perp drink.
That lean. That lean.
I mean, I'm technically looking like I'm bald because I'm so blonde, but
I can see your hair.
So, real quick, there is one more clip. This was prior to his speech, which is lengthy, and he's on point about all of it. I love this fucking guy, by the way. I'm so happy he won in Argentina. If ever a country needed a good guy to turn their shithole economy around, like it's Argentina. I mean, let's face it. Not only have they gone through decades of fucking communist oppression, but prior to that, they were one of the 4 actually recognized as fascist nations on fucking planet Earth too, under Perón.
Shit.
Which a lot of people forget about because, don't cry for me, Argentina.
Wait, really quick, why were you talking about spaghetti, Larry?
Yeah, where were you going with that?
Oh, I was just trying to make her hungry.
Oh no, I just made a snack real quick and got some more tea. So
I was trying to make you more hungry though.
That's
are your palms sweaty?
Rude. And I can't even have spaghetti anymore because I don't eat pasta. Rude.
Oh,
why not?
Because I'm trying not to be a fatty.
Eat it the night before you work out.
I'm trying not to
seriously.
gain back the 30 pounds that I lost over the last year.
No, you won't. The carbs will give you energy, especially if you're like powerlifting or something like that.
I don't do that.
But
But anyway, Mile, hello.
Yes. So this is him discussing why, and this is in Spanish, folks, but there are English subtitles. So
plantar las ideas de la libertad en un foro que está contaminado de la agenda socialista 2030 y que lo único que va a traer es miseria al mundo.
¿Cuál es ¿en qué va a basarse la exposición del día abierto? ¿Cuál es el objetivo?
Que la libertad es la llave de la prosperidad.
¿Cuál es el sentido de la renuncia que esta iglesia nos lleva a mantener la audiencia del gobierno?
Seguir hablando y dejándole bien claro de la convicción que tenemos en este cambio de rumbo que ha marcado el nuevo gobierno. Muchas gracias.
So my
Well
limited
fucking said.
Spanish with the subtitles do actually translate what he's saying properly. Just if anyone was like, is
Yeah,
this
I've
really
limited
what he's
Spanish
saying?
too.
yeah, and
But you know,
I mean, he's been,
for us,
yes,
Somebody?
I was just gonna
Bueller?
say, when you look at the 2030 agenda for us, it really is important, not just about who we put in the White House, but our local government as
Yep.
well. Because you put the wrong people in, those fools will be complicit in that transformation.
Yep. That's why I don't like these blue states, because they're in lockstep with the federal government right
Yep.
now. So no blue states. In South Dakota, red.
Yeah. And the blue states, but
essentially,
the funny part is the blue states are falling apart.
Yep. One city at a time.
Yep.
Sasquatch. Essentially, what he said was that the reason that he's going to Davos, or that he did go to Davos, rather, is to plant an idea of freedom in a forum that has been corrupted with the 2030 agenda, and with socialism, and with all of the nasty things that bring about an end to civilized man.
What he said was I'm going to go to Davos and stick my dick in Klaus Schwab's mouth.
Oh. Okay.
I don't know if he went that far, but he certainly laid it on the table, and it was huge. Just walk in and just drop it like.
I'm surprised they let him go. You think they would have been like, yeah, we know he's not coming here to pat us on the back.
Right.
I'm shocked he made it out of there. I'm shocked he made it out of there alive after that. I mean, that's
Same.
Yeah, I'm surprised his plane on the way out of there didn't have, the Boeing one, didn't have an accident.
Right. Probably
Honestly,
wasn't flown by women though, so
it's probably a matter of time. Every time a leader pops up somewhere in the world who actually seems to want to do some good for their people, every damn time they get blackmailed out of office or they get removed.
Yeah.
Every time. And and I realize that JFK was a Democrat, and I know that he wasn't a perfect man by any means, but I do believe that the man had his nation's best interest at heart. And I think that's exactly what happened to him.
Yeah.
And I think that's exactly what happened to his brother too.
Yeah. Actually, JFK, if you look at what he was doing there towards the end, he was actually changing his policies. He was actually freaking becoming more conservative in his policies, and then all of a sudden that happened. It's kind of weird.
I mean, there's also the mafia ties.
Giacana.
Where he wasn't doing what the mafia who helped him get elected told him to do.
Then he told Robert Sr. He told Robert Sr. to, get rid of those guys. And that's why Robert Sr. had to go.
But the FBI and the CIA have been embedded with the mafia for decades.
Yeah.
As a matter of fact,
George Bush Sr. Yeah.
But as a matter of fact, wasn't it? I don't remember if it was Calvin Coolidge or if it was Woodrow Wilson. But one of the two of them had direct ties to the New York mob at the time, who were essentially the only reason that they got the nomination in New York, because they went around and they beat the shit out of people until they voted for Woodrow.
Yeah, I think it was Woodrow
or Coolidge. I think it was Woodrow Wilson. Yeah,
Woodrow's also the one that basically sold us to the freaking what's the name of that damn bank? The Federal Reserve.
Oh, yeah.
So it's every time, and that's just the U.S. We're talking about Argentina now. Like they have a leader who seems on from all intents and purposes, from what we can tell, from what we are fed, he seems like a man who puts his nation first, who cares about his people and his country and its future.
Yeah,
who wants to see his people fed and prosperous.
But if the
Right.
agenda is depopulation, then you caring about your people is a conflict of interest.
Well, that's what I'm getting at, is that it won't be long. If they haven't already tried to take him out, it won't be long until they do.
Exactly.
I'm not saying it'll be successful. Argentinians tend to be pretty tough sons of bitches, but
well, when you go through decades and decades of the bullshit that they have, hard times and all.
Well, and a lot of South America has been trying very, very hard to become part of the Western First World over the last decade and such.
Yep.
And the problem with that is that most of the top nations in the Western First World all answer to these shitheads at Davos.
Yeah.
It's like trying to get into Hollywood, right? You got to do some ugly shit to get it to be a member, and then your soul belongs to them.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Scientology.
What they do is they need dirt on you, so they can get
be
you
careful, gal.
They can get you to do what they want you to do.
Yeah, so I don't know. But as per usual, folks, for those who are new to the show, fuck the WEF. The WEF is the Fourth Reich. Fuck them all. Fuck them and their stupid fucking globalist ears.
Oh, the ears.
I hope that was clear.
Okay. Going for the ear this time. Okay, cool.
Yeah, it'll hurt more.
They'll hear it. It'll be loud.
Damn, you're going to be found You're going to be found within 7 days taking a bath with your toaster.
Ooh,
I mean, that song playing in the background.
Day.
I was singing.
If they did that actually happens, Larry, then I can appreciate their sense of ironic humor. But
we'll get Sasquatch to sing your eulogy. He'll sing the song.
No, but seriously, fuck those guys. They are no good. They are unelected. They do not speak for all of us. We do not answer to them. Period.
What he said.
Yeah, I concur.
Yeah, so that's my piece on the WEF. I bitch about those guys a lot because
they're evil
fucking
bastards.
Nazis.
Yeah.
Yeah. Some of them are actually descendants of actual Nazis. Some of them are not. Some of them, like George Soros, were just collaborators.
Or Shameless.
That's not just you, Shameless.
I am curious as to what Shameless did during Kick a Ginger Day. What was it, back in 2011? Shameless probably was in school, middle school or something like that.
What the fuck are you talking about?
You never heard about that story? Even Clue knows about that. Back in 2011, South Park did that
deny
show.
this.
South Park did a show. It was in one of the episodes. It was Kick a Ginger Day, and every kid, I think it was like November 23rd or 25th, and any kid with red hair, anybody with red hair, got kicked in their rear end. And what ended up happening was somebody went on Facebook and posted it, and people thought it was real. And so when redheaded kids showed up to school the next day, they started getting kicked. One kid, I think he might have been about somewhere between 10 and 12, literally got kicked down the street by some other kids and didn't know why he was being kicked.
Well, that's just
and they were
sad.
telling him, they say it's Kick a Ginger Day. He didn't know where they got it from. If I remember correctly.
I think I remember hearing about that. Not, a lot, because gingers are the smallest minority on the face of the earth. So you don't see that many of them.
And yet they seem to have to be replaced. I don't understand.
Oh, get out of there, gal. Get out of there. That's
What,
for
ginger
another
side is
show.
Ginger side is very real.
Yeah, why do you think you guys haven't been hearing from Kenzo?
Right? He's in hiding. They're coming for him next. He's he's way
It's all
too
Disney's
good.
trying to come for me.
Taylor Swift figured out that he was a ginger. It's like there can only be one soul sucker in the room, and it must be me. So yeah. If you guys haven't been following this stuff with the WEF, with the World Economic Forum, all that shit, what the hell is coming up on here?
It's an unbelievable story for you. Attacked for having red hair and light skin.
Whoops. It would start doing that now. Come on, dang it. Hold on.
Fail.
Okay, here it goes. And then it starts working.
Of course.
It's an unbelievable story for you. Attacked for having red hair and light skin and freckles. Police in California and Canada investigating a series of assaults that happened this past Friday. The students were beaten for their so-called ginger complexions. Apparently, a Facebook group claimed that November 20th would be National Kick a Ginger Day, as the quote, the Facebook says.
The way she says that.
Yeah, she sounds like she means it.
Kick a ginger. Like she just kicked one on the way to work.
She probably
Yeah,
did.
she kicked the one that's chained up under her desk.
It's National Single. It's National Single Out a Group and Commit Assault Day. Yay!
And her husband was probably a gender. He probably got up in the morning and was like, "What the hell was that for? I love you."
Got a foot right up the ass.
Left the pedicure up in there too.
Like what? Why does she do that? I don't get it.
I am not pro kick a gender, but if I had to, I'm going for Ocasio Cortez's husband. He seems like
I would like to kick AOC. Is there a kick of young Congresswoman Day?
Did you hear what she said last week? Apparently, she thinks that she and other Congress people should get like a $35,000 raise. And she said, I know this is a contrarian position, but what we're getting is not enough.
Fucking eat me. God.
She might.
These people. Should
Don't
probably
tempt her.
stop saying that phrase, but it's hard.
I don't like
to
that
have it.
chick. I want to see that chick beaten up. I do. I want to see that chick beaten up. Not by a man, but by a black woman. Because if a black woman does it, you can't really say it's bigoted.
Well, she'd have to be a gay black woman then.
Gay black woman. There you go. Gay black woman in
gay
transition.
Black woman who maybe used to be a dude.
Yeah, in transition. Yeah. That's the person who needs to beat AOC's ass on the street.
Clown world. God.
In Minecraft.
Because you can't blame Trump on it because those people over there
They'll
do
find a
not
way.
support Trump. So you can't blame it
They'll
on
find a
him.
way.
No, they always do. They always do. So I'm hearing this thing about a new virus.
COVID-23.
Get kicked off YouTube again?
You talking about COVID-23 that's coming this year?
Rumble exclusive coming up. Like,
yeah.
You know what? That's interesting because it is an election year, and you know they're gonna look for a way to start repeating the pattern. So it's going to be interesting to see what they come up with this year.
This
You
is
think
a
they're gonna do
headline I'm
another
gonna bring up.
no comply cop story, or are they gonna go
I don't
with
know.
something creative?
This is it's the same shit over again, man. It's just, it's a headline from Disclosed TV. It's just a headline though, but there you have it. You know, I don't know how much. Mostly, it's fringe types talking about this thing. You know, people coming out and saying that this is happening, definitely. But let's be honest, we knew this was coming.
Oh yeah.
Sooner or later.
Well, you
I knew this was
well,
coming.
COVID.
Last
well,
time
you
was
do
just a test.
remember.
I called
Well,
it
you
in
do remember that
1922. I mean 2022.
you do remember that a Chinese lab was busted in California where they were doing all kinds of crazy bio experiments. This was what, 8 months ago?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So
Jeez.
That's a good point. Yeah, they don't tend to have a lot of survivability because if the mortality rate holds, right, and you kill 99 to 100% of the infected people or animals or whatever, it doesn't leave them enough, like they don't spread as well. Most viruses require like a living biome, to stay alive. And if you're constantly killing your host, right, not only do you not have time to spread, but you don't really have that much need to mutate, so they
Maybe
don't
it's a
mutate.
slow kill though.
This says 8 days for humanized mice.
I mean, 8 days is long enough to. How many people you talk to in 8 days? How many people do you, have physical
Me?
contact with?
Hundreds. So,
So
my job
8 days is
is
enough to really
pretty
spread
public.
something.
Yeah.
Hi, Dresslife. Good to see you. Take it with a grain of salt. I don't know. Like, I haven't verified any of this stuff. This is just stuff that I've been hearing about. If I'm being
Just wait 6 months.
honest.
It'll be.
But yeah.
Well, they got to get everybody's mind off of the let's say the Gilligan's Island list.
I'm just gonna sit here and quietly eat my weed cookie.
Shout out to Snowman. Snowman's funny. I like Snowman.
Yeah. So, but this doesn't surprise me in the slightest. If this is in fact a thing, but even the and I'm just gonna fucking say it. Fuck you, YouTube. COVID-19. Even that was not the first time. Right? We had swine flu. We had bird flu. We had what was that one?
Zika.
Ebola.
Zika. Ebola's. I think Ebola was manufactured, but it's a different kind of virus. These are
it
all
was
in the flu
manufactured.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was manufactured.
But most of the time, the flu doesn't make you bleed out of your eyeballs.
Most of the time. Most of the time. Yeah.
But I would say get as far back as the Spanish flu in the 1910s, at least. I think that was an experiment.
I think all these joints are created by men. I think all of them are.
What the fuck was the one I was thinking of? The one with the mosquitoes, and they fucking started spraying pesticides all over populations back in the early 2000s. It was
that plague, that whatever plague.
Yeah, it was. What the hell was it called? Only killed like 9 people in Colorado, but the whole fucking state freaked out.
Oh, something small.
Yo no sé.
Well, it wasn't. It was everywhere. It was. You got it by transmission from mosquito. It's all the flu, but this was
Lyme
the specific
disease?
strain of it. No,
that's
Lyme
from
disease you get
ticks.
from ticks.
Yeah.
And now I want to check you for ticks. So
Well, it's
stuck
not
in my head.
Not
Or you
malaria.
get Lyme disease, Legionnaire's disease from ticks, that kind of thing. But those are neurological disorders that kind of eat away at you.
We'll check you for ticks, Gal.
Do you know that song, Devil?
No.
It's a country song.
It wasn't Zika.
What was the
Shadow.
plague that ring around the roses? What was that?
Oh, that was a bubonic plague.
Black plague. Yeah,
That's bubonic plague.
Yeah, which is making a comeback, by the way, in certain parts of
Yeah, in California.
Shocking.
The comeback started in California about 4 years ago.
Of course,
Because they're being
California. Of
disgusting.
course, California. Of course.
Yep.
And that I definitely didn't have a hand in that.
Yeah, you're the devil. You're the reason
you
why all
did.
this bad stuff is happening.
He's sitting there looking at the news. He's like, "Gosh, I wish I thought of that."
I need to step my game up. These humans are getting
Hey.
smart.
I was having a bad day. The barista fucked my drink order up, so it happens.
No, it was what the fuck? I think it begins with an N.
Oh, a lot of things begin with an N.
Yeah.
Not those things.
Does next letter start with an I?
N.
Or a G.
Or a G?
Or another G.
All right.
E? R?
Uh,
Added together, it spells gal.
no,
I'm just
no.
kidding.
I wasn't listening. What?
Huh? Nothing.
Okay.
I'm just looking
I'm
it
a
up
little
now
zoned
'cause
out.
it's gonna bother me.
Matter of fact, I am hungry now. Let me order some chicken.
So
I'm
stereotypical.
not Jimmy. I'm
You're
not
trying to get
Jimmy.
rid of that stereotype, and here you are.
There it is.
I haven't
West
had any
Nile.
in a
West
week.
Nile
I'm
virus.
fiending.
He's got his Kool-Aid, he's got his chicken. Next, he's gonna get some malt liquor.
Yeah.
It's
Some Black and Mild. Smoke a little Black and Mild.
And I don't do that either. I've been
Golly.
around too many people that smoked it too much. I'm like, dang.
Yep, that's it. West Nile.
what West? That's not
West
in.
Yeah,
Nile.
West Nile.
The
I
West
mean
Nile
Nile,
virus.
but
West Nile. West Nile.
Yeah, it was supposed to be the be all and end all virus at that time too. And as it turns out, some
Yeah.
people got sick, and there were a few people who had severe damage that is lasting to this day. But most people who were exposed to it didn't really have much of a reaction to it. You know, spread by mosquitoes, much like malaria. Actually, you guys heard about the malaria mosquitoes in Florida that Bill Gates set free, right?
Bill Gates. Why you say that name?
He did that shit on purpose, and then he recently admitted to doing it like 2 years ago. Nothing's going to happen
course
to
he
him
did.
about this, by the way.
Yep.
Of course not.
And how is that not like for a guy who's a part of a group who's so concerned with like climate, right, and ecology? How is that not fucking with the ecosystem?
Right.
First of all,
Because he's not. They're faking it.
yeah, I
This
know.
whole climate
They're not-
change thing, it doesn't exist. They just want more control.
Accurate.
That's why he bought up all that land. Because
Yep.
he knows what's about to happen in 2030.
Yeah,
Same
because
for
he fucking
Zuckerberg.
manufactured it.
Yeah. He bought up a bunch of land in Ohio too.
Yep.
I'm like, well, that's great. That's great and all, but yeah, if certain people are in an office, there's a such thing as eminent domain. So, yeah,
Yeah, eminent domain is a bunch of bullshit, by the way. Flies in the face of true freedom. It really does. It states essentially that the government wants your shit. They can come and take it, and they will. And there's nothing you can do to
well, they
stop
gotta
it.
pay
'Cause
you. They
legally,
can't.
they've got
They gotta pay you. They can't just jack you for it. They have to pay you for it, and they have to have a damn good reason to try to take it.
man. It's got that coating on it, but it's essentially the same mandate of heaven crap that from way back. Like we're in charge and we get to do what we like, and you get to fucking take it. It's like here's a little bit of recompense to make you quit your bitching.
Yep.
It's like
Yep,
let's
he's
let's
the
buy you
nicest.
off a little bit, but we're still taking this even if you don't take the money. You know. I don't know if you guys figured this out yet or not, but I am not a fan of the government.
I'm not either.
Fuck the government. Abolish.
That's
the
three
fucking
right there. How about you, Larry Devil? You love the government?
I exercise my right to the Fifth Amendment.
Oh, here we
I
go
do
with
not
this shit.
perjure myself.
Well, I mean, I have to love it a little bit, and I mean, they are evil, and that's kind of my thing. But no,
But they keep stealing your ideas.
No, I don't. Yeah, I don't think anyone's a fan of government. Even the people who sit there and want big daddy government, they want big daddy government because they don't really understand what they're asking for. It's like all the fake socialists out there. They like the idea of getting shit free, but if they actually knew what it all entailed and what would happen, they would never
They'd
go
freak
for
out.
it. Yeah. I said it before that if you had some guy sitting there going, okay, where, you know, we live in this socialist utopia, you know, they all dream of. What do you want to do with your time? First person be like, I want to be a painter. Okay, go ahead and grab all those free paints and you know, all the stuff you need. Go ahead. What do you want to do? I want to be a poet. Okay, go ahead and grab the paper and the pen and you go be poet. Just to ask everyone, is anyone here want to volunteer to be the factory workers and the potato farmers? And when no one raises their hand, you know, guess what?
Becomes a
Involuntary.
problem.
Yeah.
Voluntold.
Yeah, they've all been sold this thing that in this socialist utopia, we're just going to be like, what do you want to do? I want to play games all day. Well, then you'll just be a professional gamer, won't you? No, that's not how it works.
Who's going to clean the toilets? Who's going to pump the porta potties? Who wants to do that job?
And you can do those things, but then you say, well, I want to make money with it. Well, how are you going to do that? Because even if you do, they are then going to step in and jack you for every dime you've made.
Yep.
Yeah, they don't understand that in those kind of situations in socialism and communism, yeah, they have painters that paint and they get their monthly, you know, food box for being a painter. The only problem is they only do that for the really good painters. So is it really any different than capitalism? Because in capitalism, if you're a good painter, people will pay you for your painting, and so you can be a painter. In communism, the government will feed you for being a painter, but only if you're a good painter. If you're not a good painter, you work the factory. It's this. You're still not going to be a painter in your socialist fucking utopia, you dumb shits, if you're a shitty painter.
What is it?
Yeah.
Equilibrium? Is that the one? Where...
Yes.
The movie, yeah.
Yep.
So
that's all I see.
And it goes further down that line too, because eventually you're going to get people who are just like, well, wait a minute, I really wanted to be a painter, but I'm out here working this fucking potato field. How did this happen? I don't want to do this anymore. And they stand up and they're like, yeah, I'm going to go be a painter now. And the next thing you know, they're being handed a shovel. Hold up. They're handed a shovel along with the other guys who might have stood up in other, you know, areas of necessary work, and they're sent to the same location, and they are told to use those shovels to dig a big old fucking trench.
Yep. What's the trench?
That's where that ends. Well, the trench is for putting all those people with the shovels in.
Yep.
The first people. Oh yeah. The first people that are ixnayed when those kind of regimes are put in place are the people who help them get them in place. Because if you gain power through a revolution like that, you know that you're not going to be able to accomplish all your promises and all the glory that you've espoused. So you're afraid of losing that power. So who's the first person you take out? The people who know how to put together a revolution. That happened in Cuba. After Castro took power, he killed off anyone he thought would be able to resist him, and that was his fellow radicals, his fellow freaking
the people that helped him get there.
Exactly.
And that's what all socialist leaders do, because they all think that their version of socialism is better than everybody else's. They think their version is the version that's going to work, and it never does.
Yeah, we've just never done it right.
There's only one version of socialism in the end. You can approach it from any way you like, but it always ends essentially in breadlines and eventually mass graves. And this is the whole utopian fucking pipe dream that they sell people. This is how they get people to go along with this stuff. It's like,
but Sam, we're going to do socialism right this time.
Yeah, they're full of shit. If only you do what we ask this time we'll get it right. So just do what we ask this one time. And I promise you, we'll have our utopia. You got to help me out a little bit with this, and just go along with it. Just go along with it. And they tell you this, and they tell you this, and they tell you this, and eventually you end up to a point where people start realizing, oh no, they were full of shit. I'm going to keep doing this thing that they asked me to do forever if I keep this up. And so somebody stands up and says, hey, I can't do this anymore. This is not what you promised me. This is not what I wanted. And that's when the trouble starts. You can't have dissenters in utopia, because then it's not utopia.
But utopia ends after the first person disagrees.
Right.
Absolutely.
It could be a million people, million citizens. Once one disagrees, the utopia is over. At that
your
moment,
man who disagrees, and then he gets put in the ground, and that, of course, inspires other people who are like, "Wait a minute, that wasn't right," to stand up, and they get put in the ground, and eventually, you get one guy who's up at the top wondering why people aren't out fucking farming the fields while he's standing on their bodies.
Yep.
That's utopia.
Jordan Peterson said it. So many of these people who are sitting there with these ideas, they say, well, when we get our socialist utopia, we'll put somebody in power who freaking cares and is noble and would never want for themselves. They'll just want to be a good, virtuous person. What they're really saying is, if I had that, that's how I would be. But that's not the people who get power. That's not the people who end up at the top.
Correct.
You may have good intentions. You may have this idea that you just want to feed the poor and you just want everyone to be equal. And oh yeah, that's a fine, but that's not what's going to happen.
Correct. I think this is like the third stream in a row for Screaming into the Void that we've talked about utopia. And
It comes up a lot.
Yeah.
Because it's bullshit, and because I want people to know that it's bullshit.
It
It's
is.
a pipe.
I enjoy it.
Cannot, as long as there are human beings who are different from each other, who are not, like programmed automatons, who all think and act and dress the same, right? As long as people are individuals, utopia cannot exist. It cannot. It is antithetical to the human condition.
Correct.
You get a group of
and
kids
also-
together. You get a group of kids together, and you say, we're going to have pizza every night. It's good at first until the first kid says, I'm tired of pizza. The utopia is over.
By the way, for those watching, if you are interested in, coming back to this channel later on, depending on how this whole thing goes after today, we might be off of YouTube again. You can find us over on Rumble and on Twitter. The links are in the description.
Be back on Twitter. I like the Twitter stream. I was in the chat.
I'm just saying, because the last time I mentioned viruses of unknown origins, they got a little pissy with me and banned me for a week. So, I still got an active strike right now.
How many strikes you got left?
Oh, I got 2 left. I figured.
Oh, that was your first one?
Yeah. My previous one was not actually strike; it was just a warning. For hate speech, and it
I
wasn't
got a
even
strike for showing soccer. That's my first strike. I was just showing. It was my girlfriend. She had her phone to the television set, showing the end of a soccer match, and they struck me for that. They don't play when it comes to sports. For some reason, sports leave sports alone.
Kind of playing it fast and loose with the term sports. You can end in a tie. It's not a sport.
Oh, see, Gal's gonna piss off a lot of people.
Don't give a flying fuck.
Yeah, no, for me it was the first time around it was hate speech because Dermy said some shit and Adam said some shit, and it had to do with Dermy putting Adam in an oven because Adam's a Jew.
Yeah, I can't believe you just repeated that.
Well, it's still in the live stream, which is it's still up on YouTube, right? It's just the short video that I clipped out and edited. They put that in the forefront because it was fucking hilarious. That's what got me hit for a warning for hate speech. But this last one was definitely a channel strike for talking about COVID-19, and they caught me for medical misinformation and community safety.
The last 3 years was nothing but medical misinformation.
I know that, they know that too. They're full of shit. Their TOS is full of shit. We all know that.
All they did was lie.
Yep.
Fuck out of here.
Yeah. And I don't believe I actually said anything that wasn't factual. I was reading from an article that was talking about what somebody else had said about that and about calling for the heads of the WEF, particularly Klaus Schwab and George Soros and Bill Gates, and calling for their actual heads, like, put them on a pike at a London Bridge.
Wait. You picked up a phone and called somebody asking for their heads.
What? No. What are you talking about?
Nani?
You said you called for their heads. Who'd you call?
No, I said that the article that I was reading from was talking about somebody else who had said that.
Sam, he's making a joke about calling for your head.
Oh, yeah. No.
I have a number you can call and get some head.
Oh,
I'm sorry, folks.
what's that
Sometimes
number?
they use it-
Sorry,
That's
What's
your
the number,
personal
devil?
phone number? Is it 666?
That's what the
Hey,
letters
you know
say.
my price.
I don't think you want that type of head. It's gonna leave bite marks.
Some fire heads. Anyway, Samuel, you were saying.
Oh, yeah. So it's like, as far as the calling goes, sorry, folks. Sometimes they use archaic language. It happens. So that was all that was about. Was really they didn't like the fact that I was saying something, repeating something that someone else had said in an article. So yeah, if they there is a good chance that because I have repeatedly said this will be time number 3. It's almost like Candyman that way, or Beetlejuice, COVID-19, instead of using a fucking code word because they want me to change the way that I speak to suit their narratives, which changes the way that we think. When we alter what we say, when we censor ourselves, we are in fact altering the pathways in our brain, right? And I do not hold to that. So no, COVID-19, COVID-19, COVID-19.
So you're not going to call it the beer bug?
Why? What's it got to do with beer?
Coronavirus.
You have a pub
that was the
owner
nickname
on
at first.
Mhm.
The beer bug.
Yeah.
I like Kung Flu.
Same.
Yeah, I like that too. I call it the flu of 2020. No one's blocked me for calling it the
You know what I
flu
call
of
it?
2020.
You know what I call it? The cotton field cough.
Why Cottonfield? Huh?
Is it talking about the vid that's the issue, or the talking about the poke that they get you for?
The jabby jab?
I think it's talking about the Pope. When they came out and they said, "Oh yeah, it's cool to talk about this now," they were lying.
They were lying, yeah.
Well, for smaller channels that can't really fight it, they were lying. Yes.
The okie
'Cause I've
dokie,
heard
you have heart
neurotic
problems because the pokey
size
The
channels
stroke poke. Yeah.
say shit and get nothing. So
Yeah. By the way, for
because they're
those
making
who are
money.
out there,
yeah.
yeah.
Oh,
I am not. Yes.
You're
Go
not
ahead,
what?
Sam.
I was just saying that I am, for those who are out there listening to this, right? I'm not necessarily saying that anybody else has to follow the line. If you want to use code words, go right ahead. Say whatever you like. I do believe in free speech. I am going to continue down this road, and for YouTube's sake, for their edification, rather, the opinions I express are my own and no one else's.
Well, you may not get taken down after all the people at YouTube, and they're saying they're going to fire some more. Which, by the way, also for those of you, and you can look this up. This is a news report, a news article that I came across yesterday. It is so apparently it is alleged, and I'm just saying that just for the channel's sake, that YouTube is targeting people's PCs that have ad blockers downloaded. And so, and even if you're not using YouTube, apparently they are allegedly hitting your channel with something. I mean, hitting your PC with something that is causing it to work faster and to work harder and use up more resources, and is essentially burning your PC out.
Yeah, it's burning
Literally.
out your piece. Your what do you call it? Your is it PCU or whatever?
CPU.
Yeah, CPU. That's where
Yeah, Intel
it's
chip.
burning up. Yeah, because of it.
Yeah, good luck with that. I
Okay,
basically have a
supposedly.
Threadripper in mind, so good luck with that, YouTube.
You know, it's their own fault because they have been pushing that shit so much more. Like it used to be, they'd show you one commercial, one ad every 15 minutes on a thing. Then they made it where it was 2 ads, but one of them you can skip if after 5 or 6 seconds. Now it's like they'll literally put a timer on there. It's like you got to watch 38 seconds of shit before we'll actually let you watch another 5 minutes of your video.
No, devil. Have you ever watched YouTube, regular YouTube on a desktop or a laptop? They'll make you watch a 30-minute ad. 30 minutes. Because I missed a payment on my YouTube Premium.
Oh, I don't use
And
YouTube
I
Premium.
was trying to watch something, and they said basically I got to sit through a 30-minute ad, and I kept hitting
You
refresh,
used to
and the ad just refreshed again and started from the beginning.
you used to be able to skip through that. I came across
You
one.
can't.
I came across one that was looking for something for my kid to watch, and it was over an hour long. But you were able to skip it. So I guess now they changed that. Shoot, now you can't
You
skip it.
can't. You got to watch it.
It's crap. They shouldn't. YouTube should not have us pay them so we don't have to watch ads. They should be paying us for making content. It's stupid. I wouldn't pay them a penny. I
But
like
when
the
you get
idea of being able to
when you
skip
get
ads,
monetized, they
but
take 30% of your
But that's what
donations,
happens. That's
your
what
super
happens when
chats.
that's what happens when everybody laid down and when they started doing all this crap, nobody went to their Congress people was like, hey, look, you guys need to do something about these fools. They're abusing Section 230. No, you guys need to like all the content creators should have stood up and should have said something. And not enough of them did.
Yeah.
The whole 230 thing. YouTube is not a publisher.
Nope.
Why do they have publisher privileges when they're not a publisher? They're a public
Because they grease them palms, man.
Yeah,
they throw money at
don't
the
have
right
the
fucking
privilege.
people.
But we
that's
still
why.
have a constitution, do we not?
But
Does it look like the people in charge are enforcing it?
Yeah, they're not.
Well,
the dummy in the White
fuck
House is literally letting an invasion go on. They're showing us they don't care about the Constitution. I'm even seeing videos, and I love cops. I'm even seeing videos of cops saying basically F the Constitution.
Yeah,
it's like they're getting away with too much.
Anarchy.
Yeah, I saw two cops do that to this guy. They just walked up to him and just grabbed him, and decided that he had a warrant. And the only thing that saved him, besides him being on camera, was they took his wallet out and found out he was an FBI agent. And was still
Shit.
being
Well,
belligerent.
that's a problem.
It was a huge problem. Their boss shows up, the sergeant shows up. He goes, "We're not giving you our cars." He was like, "Oh yeah, yes you are." So you guys just roll up and just do whatever you want. And the two cops that grabbed him, they said yes.
Well, I mean, did you see that? Was it in Iowa, where it was basically like their local SWAT team or whatever went to the wrong house and threw like a fucking flashbang in, and it injured the infant that was in the house, and they arrested the mom, and it was the wrong house. She's suing the county, I think.
Oh yeah. There's a lot of that going on too. Cops walking into people's houses.
There was a funny Ring video of a similar situation, kind of. Basically,
about-
like the cops.
You're talking about the Ring camera?
Yeah.
Okay.
Where a woman was basically like, "Where's your warrant? Do you have a warrant? Get the fuck off my property." And she wouldn't let him talk. And they were trying to like calmly, "Ma'am, are you home? Are you home?" And she was just like, "Get the fuck off my property. You don't have a warrant. Get the fuck off my property." It was awesome. It was awesome.
Yeah.
I loved her. But that's what happens when you defund the police. The good cops are like,
yeah,
yep, peace out.
Or try to
Now,
force
What is
COVID-19
Clifton
jabs.
talking about? What's Clifton talking about? Google's talking about making. That's probably like Clifton. That's probably like the big like Nerdrotic or somebody like that, where you go on YouTube TV and you can see them. So I guess it's probably like a public access channel or something.
No, they're gonna essentially, yeah, they'll be pushing like bigger content creators, probably content creators of a certain bent, and everybody else they're trying to push out. No, we make them some money with ads, but not enough to fucking matter.
Yeah,
that's why it's only guys like fucking PewDiePie or Asmongold or fucking whatever who make them a fuckload of money just by being present.
That's why we need to move over to Web 3. I'm still trying to learn Web 3, but in Web 3, you own your content.
What the hell is Web 3?
Web 3, DSO and Library. You haven't heard of those brands?
Nope.
Well, it's still small, but they're supposed to replace YouTube and all. See, what we're talking on right now, YouTube, IG, Facebook, that's Web 2. Web 3 It's
Shock.
based on the crypto blockchain, which means you own your video, you own everything. It's not no ads. Everybody's confused. I know. I was confused when I
I'm
heard it the
barely a
first time.
YouTuber, so
This sounds like some dark web shit, dude.
No, Web3 is it's not dark web. It's pretty public.
But Pooh, you use it, right?
I use DSO, yes.
Okay. So in your case, it is the dark web. No, I'm just kidding.
Yeah, there you go.
If I use it, it'll just reinforce that.
So it's not just like a replacement for YouTube. It's a vision for a new iteration of the World Wide Web.
You looked it up? You fast. There you
Right
go.
here.
Go, gal. You go, gal.
It's being touted as the future of the internet. The vision for this new blockchain-based web includes cryptocurrencies, NFTs, DAOs, I don't know what the fuck those are, decentralized finance, and more. Offers a read, write, own version of the web in which users have a financial stake in and more control over the web communities they belong to.
Yep.
This was started in like 2022, it looks like.
Yep. I joined in 2023, so I'm an early adopter.
Interesting.
You can say what you want because you own your own content. So if you say something that's illegal, they're not going to come after the company. They're not going to come after the website. They're going to come after you because you are the owner of your own content.
Which is the way it should be.
It's the way it should be. Freedom of speech.
Yep.
So if you play a copyrighted song and they catch you, they're going to come after you, not the website, not the social media app.
Zillage.
I don't have a tattoo on me like McAfee did, but I am in no way, I loves life, and I do not look to shuffle off the small coil anytime soon. I am not self deleting. I'm not suicidal in any way whatsoever. So if something happens to me, I got.
Yeah, he's not planning on taking a plane ride anytime soon that might crash.
Hey, guess what?
Are you telling us something, Devil?
No, that's the Hillary Clinton. Not only has she had a shit ton of her friends commit suicide, she's had a shit ton of her friends that died on plane crashes, like a weird amount. Kind of weird.
57.
That's a lot.
57 friends who died either accidentally or by self-inflicted.
Mhm.
At least that's what they called it. Anyway, nobody on Earth has that many friends who committed suicide. No one.
Correct.
Yeah.
It's an impossibility.
Yeah, it statistically it just doesn't bear out.
Unless all of your friends drink the Kool-Aid.
Well, if you provide the Kool-Aid and the Kool-Aid's laced up with freaking strychnine and cyanide, yeah. It's like, that guy's I really hate to see him go, but he's hanging himself. He's not quite doing it right. I better put 3 in the back of his head to help him out.
Yeah.
I mean, seriously, do you guys see us surviving past 2030?
Yep.
Some of us.
Yeah.
Some of us, but no. At that point, I think that even if it doesn't go all their way, and it looks like some of the tide is turning against the whole Agenda 2030 and the globalist shit, because we're cottoning on to what they're about, and nobody wants to be the person to step up and say, "I'll make that sacrifice. Put me in the suffocation chamber." Fuck that. Nobody wants to be recycled into bug paste.
Yep.
But when it comes down to it. Yeah, I think people are going to die. I think that we're going to see record numbers of that. And I think that if they have their way, humanity will become an endangered species.
Yeah.
That's so sad.
If they don't, we're still going to lose people.
Absolutely.
We're losing people because nobody wants to reproduce anymore.
Yeah. That's got to change.
You brought that
People
up
gotta
in an
start
earlier
fucking-
stream.
That's what I'm saying, man. People got to start getting past this, like he said, she said, men versus women bullshit. You got
Which
to
I don't
start
believe
having
in.
babies.
I don't believe it.
You got to start having babies. It's not just here. Like I know in some parts of the world, it's not really an issue, but in a lot of the more developed parts of the world, it absolutely is. You got to start having babies, and you got to start teaching them to maintain the goddamn infrastructure that was built by our ancestors. Yeah. Otherwise, it's going to fall down around our ears, and they won't need to knock us off. We'll be crushed under the rubble of our failing civilization.
And you gotta get married and make a family to have babies. Unless the girl breaks your heart and breaks up with you. And
I knew it. Just the tone of your voice. You were about to bring it up. I knew it.
He said he was going to.
Well, he brought it up earlier. I'm just saying when the stream first started. But no, when he first started talking, just right now, I knew from the tone of his voice that he was bringing it up again, like a fucking woman.
Damn. They gotta.
I don't know why you gotta be a woman.
Man, she's so mean to me.
How can you be mean to the devil? Is that even possible?
You just saw it, man.
He's the one bringing shit up from the past.
I figure there's okay.
Yes, let's hear your excuse.
I figure there's two reasons this didn't work out. One is because my devilish good looks, I get a lot of women with their lustful eyes looking at me, and she just couldn't take that. She got jealous. Two, she's a lesbian.
Go fuck yourself.
I think it's
You
the
little
latter.
bitch. I'm gonna beat your ass.
He might like that.
That's valid.
That BDSM
Him and
stuff.
Jeremy
is,
have been hanging out a lot.
The devil likes BDSM?
Of course he does. You have gal hanging him.
That's my lady, by the way, Jenny V.
Oh,
That's her. She's in my chat.
hello, Lady Clue.
Oh man,
I didn't know that.
She a redhead?
Okay.
Did I miss that?
Yes, she is. So that's why.
Oh.
That's why I
is that
had
why
to
you're so
defend
upset
her.
about ginger side?
That's why
don't
I
kick
had
her.
to say something, or it'd be a problem.
Yeah, I was about to say, don't kick her.
Yeah, I kicked her, but I think she liked it.
Shadow, no. You don't need to pull up my waifu stuff. Okay.
I mean, there's Melee K.
That's what I'm saying. You don't have to go bringing up the past. You a woman too.
Well, yeah.
The past. It was last fucking night.
But you know what? I have been hearing through the grapevine that you do have a legion of simps.
A legion of simps?
They're not women.
Wow.
You sure about that? It is the internet.
I just said it. I heard she
This is 2024. It might be women.
She has some devotees.
I got nothing. I don't know what to say to that.
Yeah, you got something.
It was the bikini stream.
It was in fact the bikini stream. I need to get that clip from Dermy.
That's
I mean,
when I
you
first
really
fell in
don't.
love with her. Back in the
You know,
good
'cause
times.
I feel like it's
Simp
got a
number one.
perfect place to be stitched into like the dance part of the intro, like right in the middle.
Fall in love with you.
You-
When you use a string to make the devil fall in love with you, that's something.
And then she makes fun of
Then
me all the
Kratos.
time.
You're the devil. You got thick skin. You should probably show it every now and again.
If you prick me, do I not bleed?
Show some ankle, devil.
That's a line that was not mentioned in the Bible. Show some ankle, devil. Yeah. It's not in the Bible.
Would you write down your cat calls if you were writing a holy book?
Hey, look, I used to hang out in this fucking goddamn garden, and from that I know hoes not be loyal. Okay,
Hoes
you
not
can't
be
trust
loyal.
them. You can't trust them. Women's be ratchet.
Then why do you act like a woman? This motherfucker.
Oh, all right, folks. I think we've got about as far as we can go before this gets too weird.
Yeah. It's gonna get worse.
We're gonna bring this show to a close. Thank you all for coming. Let's go around the horn and let people know where they can find you. Because I love counterclockwise.
Yeah, you can catch me on Twix, aka Twitter, at Clue Channel. You can catch me here on YouTube. As I said, I'm working on something called the Nerd Supremacy Podcast. I'm very excited about that. And you can catch me tomorrow at Star Trek Engaged. Peace.
All right, Gal, what you got coming up besides beating your husband there?
He's not my fucking husband. I didn't even get a fucking ring.
And flying to Pennsylvania to beat up Pennsylvania
He's trying to get
governors
another
for what
beating
they
out of
did.
you.
For what he
He's
did.
trying to get another beating from you.
Tomorrow I'll be on Star Trek Engage.
Yeah.
And then Mondays, I don't know what time. I think it's supposed to be at like 8:30 Mountain Time, PM. I'm now possibly a panelist on MSK's whatever he does that night.
Have fun with that.
I know. Wednesdays, I don't know what time. I can't remember. Probably the same time, maybe. He doesn't really have a schedule, but doing book reviews with him and Vagabundo.
Vagabond.
Yeah.
Vagabond.
And Professor Savage Dad. We're doing book review stuff. And then Thursdays and Saturdays on Vets Talkin', and Fridays on Ballbusters, Dermy Wormy's channel, and here again on Saturdays at 4 p.m. And then Horny Alf's channels on Sundays at 10 p.m. Mountain Time.
Hey, you all over
Salute
there.
to Alf. She's everywhere.
Oh, and Thursday, I can't remember what time, Anime Odyssey on the Renaissance Nerds channel.
Great. You on a
You pretty famous.
I'm
you're
not
like
famous.
know me. You're know me status, dude. You on a panel every day.
She's
Devil's on a
almost
lot
got
of
as
these.
many as Devil's on probably more panels than anybody. Speaking of which,
Devil's on
Yeah.
53 panels.
I think I'm on 13 at this point. I think a week.
Yeah.
Uh,
number.
Oh yeah, and Beelzebub on Fridays or Saturdays at 1.
I gotta catch that. I
In
haven't
the
showed
morning.
up to your channel, Devil. I gotta show up.
Yeah, it's pretty late, so I don't hold it against anyone who can't be there that late. Yeah, I'm Devil Made Me Do It. Nalik on the Twitters. 3 on the Twitters. Check me out everywhere. But mostly on Beelzebub every Saturday morning at 12 a.m.
Pacific.
Yeah, Pacific. Every Sunday, I do Engaged, and then not Engaged. I don't know. Let's see what's on my mind. And then after that, Get Ranked. This week we are doing Serial. It should be a really big battle because for some reason people are pretty intense about what cereal is good and what cereal's bad. Next week after that, we're doing 80s cartoons. And then the week after that, I believe, is the week we are doing military movies in conjunction with Vets Talking. So yep, check them out. And then back here next week, too. Hopefully, if Sam doesn't get, accidented off this.
We're yeah. If I get removed from Earth, then the show probably won't go on. But if I if I
Yeah,
just
well,
get
I
removed
have
from
access.
YouTube, if I just
I
get
have
removed
access.
from
I can do
YouTube-
a lot in your name.
Jesus. If
And
I
I
just get
wanna-
removed from YouTube,
I want to give this
you can go
disclaimer.
find us on Rumble and Twix. Let me finish the goddamn sentence, guys. Goddamn.
That's it for me.
I was just giving the disclaimer that Sam will never kill himself. That's all.
Well, he's immortal.
Yeah, he is a god. So, can a god kill
Yeah,
himself? I don't know.
No, but I can be seriously inconvenienced. Anyhow, what have you got coming up, sir?
So, You guys can catch me tonight moderating in the world famous Exiled Linus 2 channel. You can always also catch me here on Fridays with my co-hosts on Abyss of Musings. Also, I have a trailer up on my other channel, Knights Lore. So I have a trailer up for some upcoming fiction that I'm writing. I will also be releasing a flash fiction that I wrote years ago. So I'll be uploading that this week as well.
Awesome. Good looking out. The links for everybody on panel's channel or channels on YouTube anyway is in the description below, so you can jump over and check out their content as well. My name is Samuel the Infamous. This is my channel. I am Samuel the Infamous, and we are doing live streams throughout the weekends. This is the second one. The first one's Abyssal Musings on Friday nights, Screaming into the Void, this show on Saturday nights, and Star Trek Engage on Sundays. And this week we're covering the episode This Side of Paradise, and Gal will be our Wesley. Other than that, you can find me on Exiled Linus 2, moderating and occasionally on panel, usually doing some producerial work in the backstage, along with Lawrence Knight there. And every once in a while I'll pop up on my buddies' channels. I've been helping out over on BL's Pub on BL's Hub with Devil. That's been a lot of fun lately. Kenzo's coming back next week, so there will be a fight for Cockney supremacy with our cocks. And
I don't want to see that.
I'll watch.
Of course you'll watch.
It's like two Vienna sausages going at it.
Yeah. So
wow, really? Really? You didn't say Eckrich sausage or nothing?
Can you get like a hot dog? Like, you know, has to be
really
Vienna sausage.
Vienna?
Hey, if they really want to fight, they need to get Clifton to bring his bratwurst in there to knock them both out.
So anyhow, you might also catch me on Adam the Renaissance Nerd's channel for Mellow Mondays on Monday, and then During Wormer's channel for Late Night Mayhem on Tuesdays. Otherwise, that's that about covers everything. So thank you all for coming. Thank you to everybody on panel for being here. This has been great. It got a little weird at the end, but you know, when doesn't it? It always does.
Because we're so normal.
We'll see if we're back on YouTube later on. You know, I mean, hopefully that they didn't kick us off for this, but if they do, you can still find us on Rumble and on Twitter. Hentai Surprise on Twitter at Hentai Surprise underscore in between those two words. It's not as gross as it sounds, but just kind of roll with it. Don't worry about it.
Stop the music.
And again, thank you to all my panelists. Thank you to everybody in chat, both here and on Rumble and at Twitter. Thank you all. We appreciate each and every one of you. We will see you soon. And remember, folks, it could always be worse. It could be raining flaming cobras. Have a great night.
Well, I say every day it's a getting closer to taking a bath with my fucking toaster.